Ever since the release of Star Wars The Last Jedi, a lot of fans around the world have wanted change within the sequel trilogy, especially with Episode 9 by J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people want to see have a lot of improvement in Episode 9 is, of course, the character of Luke Skywalker. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams does have a lot of plans in store for the fans when it comes to Luke Skywalker and how he will be portrayed in Episode 9 by actor Mark Hamill. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. However, when it comes to J.J. Abrams' plan to fix the character of Luke Skywalker, this is where things get a little bit interesting, where a lot of people may agree with or disagree with. Now, part of the big plan in order to fix many different elements of the character of Luke Skywalker is to explain in detail of exactly how Luke was able to use the Force projection technique and where he actually learned it from. So this will all be explained in Star Wars Episode 9, and aside from that, Luke will be getting a lot of action in the form of flashback sequences that Mark Hamill is actually currently shooting right now over at Pinewood and Cardington for the entire month of January and a majority of the month of February. Now, what's really intriguing to me is, of course, whether or not this will be enough to fix the character of Luke Skywalker. There's a lot of talk out there that there's even going to be a reunion scene between both Luke, Leia, and Han Solo, as you may have heard about that today. Very interesting stuff for sure. A lot of things really are happening for this movie. Like I say, this movie does have a higher budget than that of both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, so they are able to do a lot of new and exciting things for this movie that will truly resonate with fans. Now, as far as explaining exactly how Luke Skywalker used the Force projection technique and how it really does work and where he actually learned it from, which I believe are, of course, from the Jedi books on Ahch-To that Rey took and stored on the Millennium Falcon, I'm not quite sure if that's enough to necessarily fix the character of Luke just by kind of changing our perception on the very ending of The Last Jedi, and that is a part of J.J. Abrams' plan as well, is to kind of give us a different idea and different look into the very ending of Episode 8 and exactly what caused Luke to die specifically. And not only that, we will be getting a lot of action for the character of Luke Skywalker in the form of flashbacks. Think extended sequences of what we saw in The Last Jedi, where Luke was going up against Ben Solo in that miniature lightsaber duel. Now, though I will say that I always am up for flashbacks and Luke Skywalker action, but I feel like that what the fans deserve to see is Luke Skywalker getting into action here in present time against a common foe, like let's say, for example, Snoke or Kylo Ren or somebody else in present time as opposed to a flashback. So I could totally understand, everybody out there who has their own opinion about Luke Skywalker only getting that action with his lightsaber and using different things here and there in the form of flashbacks or visions or force-back visions, etc. So I think that what JJ really is trying to do, and I think he does realize this, is that a lot of fans were very much upset with how Luke was portrayed in Star Wars The Last Jedi, and exactly what Disney, Lucasfilm, Rian Johnson, and crew had done with the character and what fans expected to see on the big screen. Again, it was a big deal. I mean, it was the first time that Luke could have really had a lot of action for the first time in 30-some years as a Jedi Master. We never got to see that. So, I mean, if you look at Star Wars A New Hope, even Obi-Wan Kenobi got more action than Luke ever did in The Last Jedi, at least in my opinion, because their sabers actually clashed, and Darth Vader and Obi-Wan actually had a real lightsaber duel. Now, moving forward, alright, we do know that a lot of elements of Luke are being fixed in this movie, and that he's really trying to adjust what was done in The Last Jedi. I'm not quite sure if he's really able to pull that off unless he brings him back to life, or does something crazy, like some kind of new and different idea that's totally separate from that of a Force ghost or Luke coming back to life, where it's something completely original that fans have never seen before. So if they could do something like that, I think then and only then, Luke Skywalker will truly be fixed. But nonetheless, this is J.J. Abrams' plan to fix the character of Skywalker is by explaining his power, exactly how he learned the power of force projection, and the specifics of what really killed him, and the consequences of using that power, and also by applying a lot of action sequences in the form of flashbacks, which, like I say, we have heard that Mark Hamill is doing a lot of work right now with wire work and some lightsaber stunts and all that, with some doubles actually coming into play in Episode 9 scenes for what's actually being shot between both Adam Driver and Mark Hamill, and even Mark Hamill and Daisy Ridley. Honestly, guys, I'm very excited to see what J.J. Abrams has in store for the character of Luke. We do know that he's not going to be used in any of the early footage of Episode 9. I'm talking about teasers / trailers, or even promo material or artwork. At least in the first phase, Luke Skywalker won't be in any of that, which honestly is rather upsetting. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.